Hi, this is Erica and this is number 4 of our Crafters Top Tips, and today it's all about braying with paint. So I've got a selection of the paper artsy colours here. I've got Purple Rain, Glass Blue, Amethyst, Bubblegum and Chalk. You can choose any colours you like for this. I've gone with ones of a similar sort of colour range. But I've also got a light colour because it's very useful if the colours start to become too much and too bright. You use this colour just to tone it all down. So we'll get started. I'll start with a dark colour, and I just put a strip of the paint onto my mat here. I've taped it down so it doesn't slip about, and I'm just using a roller to get some colour on. I haven't used an expensive roller because acrylic paint, no matter how hard you try, it can be hard to get rid of the paint. So if you are precious about your speedball roller or one of the expensive ones, buy a cheap one that you can use just for paint. So, as you can see, I'm just braying the colour on, up and down the left and right, and using that colour till it's all gone. This is a technique that I learnt from Leandra of Paper Artsy, and I've used it for a lot of my backgrounds because it's so quick and easy to build up layer and texture. There we go, that's our first one. You can see it's barely got any colour on it now, and there's no need for cleaning up because you just layer. That's practically dry now, so there's no waiting time in between, which is also rather useful. So I'm using opaques in my background. That's because they're quite solid. If you're doing opaques as the layers build, bear in mind opaques will obliterate what's underneath, so your subsequent layers can be a little bit more patchy. You see, I'm barely putting any pressure to get that colour on, and as it runs out you can put a little bit more pressure on the roller. But you can see, even though a lot of the Purple Rain colour has been covered up, it's important to have that layer behind. We're going to go with a lighter colour now. We'll go for Bubblegum. And then in the same way, just now, I'm being very careful not to put too, I don't know if you can see, but if you're a bit heavy-handed, if you hold it like this, you can find that it's very hard to use it heavily if you're holding it so gently. And that's looking good. If there are any spare bits that you do want to roller off, you can always just use a spare piece of paper, and that can always be a background for something else later. You can see there's quite a lot on there, even though it doesn't look like it. Okay, so our layers are getting a little bit more thick, so I don't know if you can see, but that is a little bit wet in places, but it shouldn't be a problem for my next layer because it's a translucent, and this will help show some of the other layers through. You can see it's a much thinner paint, and you can see the underneath paints shining through it. So again, light touch, and they all start to catch in the same places, so you can go in with your roller and just angle it and just fill in some of the gaps that you've missed. although I do like the fact that you've still got the white background there as well. So you could factor in that and use coloured papers, so you could have a different look again. Okay, that's looking good. It's got a little bit dark now, so this is where the light colour comes in. Just add that light one there, and again, you just want a small amount of this now. It's got a little bit of blue in it, but that will only add to it. You can see that now. Add in another layer to the whole design. It's beginning to look like an abstract painting, and I like the detail that you can see in the layers. So there we are. That's top tip number 4, Braying with acrylic paints.